Hello everybody, my name is Sara Mondini and I am a teacher of clinical neuropsychology at the University of Padua. This course focuses on epilepsy and its effect on cognition. Let's begin with an overview of this neurological disorder. To understand epilepsy, it is important to review the difference between epilepsy and seizure. A seizure is a brief, temporary disturbance in the electrical activity of the brain. Seizures are symptoms of epilepsy. However, having a seizure does not necessarily mean that a person has epilepsy. There are other causes of seizures, including high fever, kidney failure, lack of oxygen in the brain. Epilepsy is a generic term used to define a variety of disorders characterized by recurring seizures. A diagnosis of epilepsy means that the person has an underlying condition, such as brain injury, that affects the delicate systems which govern the electrical energy in the brain, causing possible recurring seizures. Epilepsy is not contagious. You cannot catch epilepsy from someone else, and nobody can catch it from you. Many misconceptions surround epilepsy, and sometimes people inadvertently contribute to the negative image of the disorder using a wrong language, like all individuals with a disability, person with epilepsy dislike labels, such as he is an epileptic. Epilepsy is a condition that a person has, not what a person is. So, the preferred terminology is person with epilepsy. Epilepsy is a common neurological disorder defined by recurring unprovoked seizures. Seizures are brief periods of altered behavior accompanied by paroxysmal electrical activity. Abnormal, excessive, or synchronous neural activity in the brain. Normally, brain electrical activity is non-synchronous. In epileptic seizures, due to problems within the brain, a group of neurons begins firing in an abnormal, excessive, and synchronized manner. And this results in a wave of depolarization known as paroxysmal depolarizing shift. Epileptic syndromes are characterized by a cluster of symptoms and signs that co-occur. They can be categorized on the basis of seizure type, etiology, age at onset of seizure, precipitating factor, severity, electrographic findings, and prognosis. Only a doctor can say for certain whether or not a person has epilepsy. But many people miss the more subtle signs of this condition. Therefore, they also miss the opportunity for early diagnosis and treatment. Learning about epilepsy early and working to control seizures can often help to minimize the impact of this disorder. These symptoms include periods of blackout or confused memory, occasional spells in which bladder or bowel control is lost, followed by extreme fatigue. Fainting is when you lose consciousness for a short time because your brain is not getting enough oxygen. The medical term for fainting is syncope, but it is commonly known as passing out. A fainting spell generally lasts from a few seconds to a few minutes. Other symptoms can be episodes of blank staring, especially in children, brief period where there is no response to questions or instructions, sudden falls for no apparent reason, episodes of blinking or chewing at an appropriate time, a convulsion with or without fever, cluster of swift jerking movements in babies in particular. These symptoms are not necessarily indicators of epilepsy and do not include all of the symptoms of seizures. These symptoms may be caused by some other unrelated conditions. However, if one or more are present, a medical checkup is recommended.